lost my savings and found a wife in Thailand. Biggest regret of my life. The divorce hit me hard. Sarah wasn't a bad woman, not really. We just drifted. 20 years, 2 kids flown the nest, and suddenly we were strangers sharing a house. The business, folding a few months later, felt like a cosmic joke. All that I poured into it, gone. My savings dwindling fast. I was 46, alone, and felt like I was staring into an abyss. David, my best friend since kindergarten, tried to be supportive. Beers, sports on TV, the usual. But I could see the pity in his eyes. It was suffocating. One night, fueled by cheap whiskey and self-loathing, I stumbled across a dating site. "Find your Thai bride," the banner screamed. I almost clicked away, disgusted. But the loneliness was a gnawing pain, a constant ache that wouldn't let up. So, I clicked. The profiles were enticing. Pictures of beautiful women smiling, posing against lush landscapes. Promises of genuine connection, of love, of a simple life. I created a profile, half expecting nothing to come of it. Then Araya messaged me. Her English was good, not perfect, but charmingly broken. She said she was 32, lived in a small village near Khon Kaen, and dreamed of finding a good man to share her life with. Her pictures showed a slender woman with dark, captivating eyes and a shy smile. We exchanged messages every day. She asked about my life, my dreams, my disappointments. She listened, really listened, in a way Sarah hadn't for years. David warned me, of course. "Michael, come on. You know these things are scams, right? They're after your money." I know, I said, but his words felt like a slap in the face. I wanted to believe. I needed to believe that someone, somewhere, could still want me. Against David's advice, I sold everything I could. My car, the remaining furniture from the house, even my fishing gear. It wasn't much, but it was enough to buy a one-way ticket to Bangkok. I wired Araya some money to cover my bus fare to her village. The moment I saw her at the bus station, all my doubts vanished. She was even more beautiful in person. Her smile was radiant, and when she hugged me, I felt a warmth I hadn't felt in years. Her family welcomed me with open arms. Her mother, a tiny woman with kind eyes, cooked me delicious meals. Her father, a quiet farmer, showed me his rice paddies. Her brother, Somchai, was friendly and outgoing. I felt like I'd stepped into a different world, a world where I belonged. The first few weeks were idyllic. Araya showed me her village, introduced me to her friends, taught me a few basic Thai phrases. We spent our days exploring temples, swimming in waterfalls, and simply enjoying each other's company. The loneliness that had plagued me for so long began to fade. Then came the small requests. Araya needed money for her mother's medicine. Somchai needed help with a debt. It started small, a few $100s here and there. I didn't think much of it. I was in love, and I wanted to help. We got married in a traditional Thai ceremony. It was beautiful, extravagant, and far more expensive than I'd anticipated. Araya insisted on inviting everyone in the village. "It's important to show respect to our community," she said. I didn't want to disappoint her, so I paid for it, emptying my already dwindling bank account. After the wedding, Somchai approached me with a business proposition. He wanted to expand his rice farm, and he needed capital. He promised me a share of the profits, a guaranteed return on my investment. He painted a picture of a secure future for Araya and me in Thailand. I hesitated. I had so little left, but Araya pleaded with me. "Please, Michael, this is a good opportunity. It will help our family." I caved. I wired Somchai my remaining savings, every last penny. The rice farm, of course, was a disaster. Poor weather, bad luck, Somchai said. The investment yielded nothing. Then he needed more money, to cover losses, to buy new equipment. Araya begged me to help. I took out loans, maxed out my credit cards. I was drowning in debt. One evening, I was sitting at a small bar in Khon Kaen nursing a beer when I met John. She was an expat like me, but she'd been in Thailand for decades. She ran the bar, a dimly lit, smoky establishment that felt like a refuge for lost souls. I told her my story, hoping for some words of encouragement. Instead, she gave me a hard look. "You're being scammed, mate," she said bluntly. It's a classic Thai bride scam. They'll bleed you dry. I was stunned. No, you're wrong. Araya loves me. Jan chuckled. Love? Maybe, but they love your money more. Look around you, Michael. It happens all the time. These women are professionals. They know how to play the game. I refused to believe her. I stormed out of the bar, angry and hurt. But her words stayed with me, a nagging doubt in the back of my mind. I started paying closer attention to Araya and her family. I noticed the subtle glances, the hushed conversations, the way they seemed to avoid my questions. I found inconsistencies in their stories, small lies that didn't add up. One day, while Araya was out shopping, I snooped through her belongings. I found a hidden bank account statement. It was in her name, and it contained a substantial amount of money that I hadn't given her. I confronted her. I showed her the bank statement. She denied everything, accused me of being paranoid, of not trusting her. The argument escalated into a shouting match. For the first time, I saw the anger in her eyes, the coldness. Later that week, I overheard a conversation between Araya and Somchai. They were speaking in Thai, but I understood enough to realize they were talking about me. They were discussing how to get more money out of me, how to keep me in Thailand. I was sickened. I'd been a fool. I confronted Somchai. I told him I knew everything. He didn't deny it. He just smiled, a cold, menacing smile. You're a smart man, Michael, he said, but you're in our country now. You play by our rules. He told me that if I tried to leave, if I told anyone what was happening, I would regret it. He didn't have to spell it out. The threat was clear. I was trapped, penniless, alone, and at the mercy of people who saw me as nothing more than a walking ATM. I cut off contact with David. I couldn't face his judgment. His, I told you so. Araya became distant, almost indifferent. I was just a source of income, a burden to be tolerated. I considered going to the police, but I was afraid. I didn't know who to trust. I suspected that Araya and her family had connections that would make it even more dangerous. I thought about running, about escaping Thailand and starting over somewhere else. But I had no money, no passport, no plan. One night, I sat in my small, sparsely furnished room, staring out the window at the darkness. The sounds of the village, the crickets chirping, the distant music, felt alien and menacing. I thought about Sarah, about my kids, about the life I had thrown away. I wondered if Araya ever truly loved me, or if it was all an act. I wondered if I would ever escape this nightmare. I still don't know the answers. I'm still here, trapped in this village, trapped in this marriage, trapped in this life. I send what little money I can scrape together to Somchai. I try to avoid Araya's gaze. I try to forget. But the memory of her smile, the warmth of her touch, the hope I once felt haunts me every day. Sometimes, I think I hear footsteps outside my door at night. Sometimes, I see shadows moving in the darkness. Sometimes, I wonder if they're coming for me. And sometimes, I wonder if I'd be better off if they did.